to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jet, we Rick.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said cut the music. Cut the music. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty back with another one. Happy Monday. Listen, my birthday was Sunday. I got some breaking, I don't say breaking news, you know, maybe a little breaking news, you know. First of all, I want people to understand this does not, I listen, when I get information like this, I get really disheveled. Like, I think people really think I take pleasure in like reporting bad stuff about Powell State. Like, that doesn't do me. I'm really cool with some of the staff, coaching staff members. I'm really cool with them. Like, so this doesn't do me. I don't take any pleasure in reporting bad news against Powell State. I don't know why people think that. Like, that really hurts my feelings that people really look at me like that. I have no, listen, Scouts honor, okay? I take no pleasure in reporting the news and the information that I get about Powell State. It just doesn't, I don't. And I rebuke the people who feel that way. I really do. But we here. I'm just doing my job, right? Like, don't blame the messenger, okay? Blame where the message came from, okay? Do not blame the messenger, because y'all be like, oh, Scotty, you couldn't wait to just, oh my. It's news. It's reportable. Like, am I supposed to put this in my back pocket and be like, whew, not reporting that one? No, okay? Who was the one that tell you who Jackson was going to get fired? Me. That wasn't Powell State. Who told you that Dion was leaving? Me. That wasn't Powell State. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just keep it a whole buck. Who told you about the $237 million fake scam? That was me. Okay, I did all of those things. Okay, so anybody can get it, right? But do I? Is there like a small, big, huge hole inside of me that loves reporting, you know, bad stuff about Powell State? No, maybe. I mean, kind of. I don't know. I debate. I go back and forth with myself all the time. You know what I'm saying? I go back with myself. Well, that's neither here nor there. Let's get into today's show, right? Because you guys are here, all 267 of y'all. You guys are here for the information, for the scoop, right? So you're here for that. Well, let's get into it. So, you know what the show is called? Cheaters. Now, let me start by doing this, okay? I just turned 35. I have been maturing very well in this space. You know, like, from where I started, okay? You know, when I would like clown Avis Heath looking like, you know, a knockoff of Louis the Minister Farrakhan. When I got on Vic Flair, a.k.a. Cinnamon, okay? There's no man that should be talking that much smack on Facebook and look as sensitive and soft as he. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's 2024, so whatever you do is what you do. But you talk real heavy for somebody that looks the way you do. Anyway, right? So like, I've come a long way from those moments, right? You know, Gold Dust, I've come a long way from that, right? And I try not to go back to those ways. I really don't. And I see stuff like this on Twitter, which I'm cool with, because you know my motto, my philosophy, right? Like, all publicity is good publicity for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, That's how I look at it. Like they were like, you know, when people come on like, oh, I'm so glad this bum is banned at the SWAC and JSU. But you literally posted my link for the show. You can't ask for nothing great. Listen, if you want to talk about, I should pay this woman for promotion. If we're being honest, that is high level promoting right there. Like, she didn't have to post my link. All she had to do was say at Offscript. She posted the whole damn link. Shout out to you, Aquia with a flower. I don't know what your name is, but shout out to you, baby girl, because that's some high level marketing. I don't even post my links on Twitter. I don't even do that. So shout out to you, right? Like when I first saw this, I was like, oh, I got upset, but then I was like, no, she just posted like the whole link. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's love. Like, shout out to you, right? Like, because that's if she really rock with your boy, that's some high level reverse psychology she just pulled on y'all, right? Like, it's like, I'm glad this bum ass boy got got. You get what I'm saying? Like, and she posted the link. That's love. Shout out to you, Aquay, right? So then on top of that, you know, she love crazy. She get in the comments. She underneath, like, see, people, like, the thing for me is if you gonna take a shot at me, just at me. That's all I ask, really. I mean, that's really all I ask so I can see it, right? Like, don't throw, like, undercover shade. Just be like, at Offscript, you gonna lose your channel. You get what I'm saying? Like, if that's what it is, if that's how you feel, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect all the trolls that at me. That's why I respond to you, because you wanted me to see it. So I gotta respond to you. Like, my wife would tell me I don't have to. I feel like it's a must because you added me. So that means you wanted me to see it and you wanted me to respond to it, right? So, like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with it. I'm with the smoke. I love it. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. So anyway, yeah. So she love crazy. She gonna be like, oh, he gonna lose his channel. And I responded, like, then people gotta watch you. Who would want that? Who would want that? Like, outside of the Paho State fans, honestly, who would want that? You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's keep it a buck. Texas Southern fans ain't coming to your platform to watch you. You know, Southern fans, you know, they might come over there for the game, but they ain't sitting there and watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, why would we want to do that? What's that song? Why would you want to go do that? Do that. Why you want to go and do that? Do that. That's how I feel about it. So, but I don't know why people want my channel to be striked anyway. Like, I keep it a buck. All right. Before we get into the cheaters, right? I gotta talk about something because I don't like to give out false information, right? I don't want to give out false information. So I got confirmation this weekend that Maynard's contract does not end this year. Okay?
Oh, goddamn.
It does not. It actually ends the next year in December 2025. So that is a situation that Alabama A&M fans are really in. Now, me personally, I don't think they're going to fire him. I think I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep saying it. Alabama A&M does not believe in football. They do not care about football, because if you cared about football, Maynard would not still be your coach. I'll say that to, and I love the president from Alabama A&M. I would walk into his office and say, sir, you do not care about football. And he would say, Scotty, why do you feel that, we don't? Because you still got Maynard coaching. You don't care about football. Your fans don't care about football. They don't care. Now, it's funny to me. I had a couple Alabama A&M fans, because I usually got my text number at the top. Let me put that up there so people can reach out to me, because I don't have a problem with y'all texting me. I really don't. Right? So, wrong one. So yeah, people text me on this number and I respond, right? So I had an A&M fan reach out to me on that number, or you can reach out to me on Instagram or Offscript TV or whatever, it don't matter. So he was like, Scotty, we got A&M fans that, we don't want to see Maynard gone and we care about football. It's not enough of y'all. What you let me understand. Let me show you what it means, right? If your voices were that loud, your voting would look like New York. New York is a big state, but New York is a blue state because of New York City and the boroughs. If anybody knows how the makeup of New York is, they can tell you everything upstate is red. Everything in upstate New York is red, right? New York City is blue. That's why New York is blue, right? Their voices matter. It's the opposite for A&M. The majority of your voices do not care. That's why Maynard is allowed to just bark, talk, lose. I paid to win SWAT games. No, you're not, because you ain't winning. So surely you shouldn't be getting paid. See how that work? See how that work? How that go back and forth? How that work like that? So if you get paid to win SWAT games and you're not winning SWAT games, should you not be getting paid? That's a whole nother topic. But again, should A&M keep Maynard for another year? You might as well. You don't care. You don't care. You don't care about football. You don't care about winning. So until you get rid of him, if you let his contract run out, that's literally like just saying like, oh, he's just ran his course. Like, no, you didn't care enough to move on when you were supposed to move on, because you don't know who you're missing out being available. You don't know any other coaches that you could have gotten right now instead of waiting a whole nother year to make sure it happens. But like I said, teachers on. If you want to ride this garbage, this train juice of tragedy down the train tracks, be my guest. Straight Beauty and the Beast. Be my guest. But A&M people don't care. So I don't care. But I just want to give you that information. His contract year is not this year. It goes into next year, December 2025. So they could have a whole nother year of losing. You've lost 3 straight Magic City Classics. Just go ahead and make it 4. Just go ahead and make it 4. Who cares? Nobody cares. All right, let's get into it. This is what you came to see. This is what you came to hear. Is JSU, Pie State, right? The worst fans in America. Is JSU the HBCU Michigan? And what? like reading it out loud, it just made it funny to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just reading that out loud made that really funny to me. All right. Are they the HBCU Michigan? Who knows? Right? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Right? Now, 41-3. Shellacking. Absolutely shellacking. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I watched the Coach Hampton's press conference on the SWAC Media Day. You could feel that he wanted to really say how he really felt about Jack State, but the low shade that he said was like, they're not the best offense they've seen, and they're really not, right? Like, they're really not. I don't think they're 38 points better than UAPB, if I'm being completely honest, right? So when I saw the score, I was like, okay, I mean, it's UAPB. I could see it happening, but I didn't think that Jackson State is 38 points better than UAPB. When I first saw the score, I was like, ain't no way they better. Okay. They were supposed to win, but they're not 38 points better than UAPB. Now, so on my birthday, right? On my birthday, I get some information. I'm like, oh, now it all makes sense on what has transpired. So what had happened was, word on the street is this. Word on the street, and I got this from multiple sources, is a former UAB player gave JSU their playbook access, and they used it for the game. And it is currently, it's under investigation. Now, the reason that I'm talking to you about this is this. I have a feeling that Dr. McNugget is going to try to keep this under wraps as much as possible, right? Because you have to deal with the backlash of Tahoe State and their fans if this is true. And you don't want that backlash, because what you're going to hear, it's no different than what you hear from Mike. Mike is the culmination of Tahoe State fans, right? He's going to be like, oh, they trying to stop us. They don't want to see us win. They hate to see us win. When you actually out here, word on the street is that you cheating. Word on the street is that you cheating, right? Listen, y'all can say whatever y'all want. I'm just giving you the information that was given to me, okay? I'm just giving you the information that was given to me. Now, that is the only reason why I'm really, it's not the only reason, but it's one of the reasons why I'm reporting this, because I don't want Dr. McNugget to let this go under the radar and the SWAC doesn't come in or whatever. All this. How in the hell am I supposed to show proof? How in the, you know what? I hate when people ask me how am I supposed to show truth. I hate when people ask me like I ain't got receipts, God damn it. Don't play with me. This straight off my Instagram. Yes, they kicked them off after the game. It was Jackson players telling them that they had the playbook on huddle. Oh, is that receipts? Oh, is that receipts? Nigga, sit down. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Stop it. Straight off my Instagram. That's why Coach Hampton was like, when Jackson played them, they had a whole different defense, but you ain't hear from me. The AD contacted the SWAC last night. Now, if you know how Instagram is red, right? Your messages are in blue. Their messages are in gray. That's how that works. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not going to indict any coaches, right? Because I have no investigation. I'm not in the investigation. I don't know anything. I will not indict any coaches on this, right? Because do I think JSU is the better team? Of course, they're better than UAPB, right? Do I think they're 38 points better than Jack State? Than UAPB? No. I don't think they're 38 points. This is my issue. If this is true, okay. Let me be very clear. If this is true, it does not matter to me if the coaches had no knowledge of this, because I can't believe it. You cannot tell me that players got this information and did not share it with a coach. You can't make me believe that. Now, if anybody has been on a team's huddle, I have, right? I've been on multiple teams' huddles, right? What happens is this. How you log in is tracked on the huddle or the DVS. If your team uses DVS Sport or huddle, it is tracked. The login, where you logged in from, who logged in, all of that stuff is tracked. Now, if you use another player's access, right, that wasn't supposed to be on the team, then that's a sign that wasn't that player, as well as where they logged in at. I am a former IT guy. Your IP address will let you know where you are logging in at. That's just facts. It doesn't matter where you are, unless you know how to spoof it, unless you go through a VPN or whatever. Your IP address, and I don't think none of them football players know how to do any of that, right? So, again, I won't indict any coaches right now. Like, I can't say, oh, head coach knew and this person. I can't say that, right? I cannot. But you cannot make me not believe that they did not share this information with the coaches if true. Okay? Listen, I'm from the military. In the military, everybody's guilty until you prove yourself innocent. I am on this. I'm always going to be you're innocent until proven guilty. All I'm doing is giving the information that has been given to me. This could be false. This could be not true. All I'm saying is, and that's why I wanted to show you the Instagram messages to let people know, like, I did not make this up. Somebody sent this to me, and it wasn't just one person. I got it from one person, then I got it from another person, and then I got it from another person, right? So anything that I give you is going to be multiple sources, not just one person with a rumor says, hey, Scotty, I think I heard. No, right? I'm always going to double check, and I'm always going to get more information on it. So I'm just giving you guys the information of what could be possibly coming down the pipeline. Now, you know me. Let's talk about it as if it was true. Now, if it's true, if this is true, the SWAC has to take the game away. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. You got to take the game away from Pothole State. You got to. If it's true. If it is true. You got to find the school and you got to find TC Taylor. Got to find the school and you got to find, listen, you have to come down hard on this, right? Now, I looked in the SWAC bylaws. There's not really like a full-blown policy for this, right? Like there's like unethical behavior and stuff like that. But you got to come down hard on Pothole State. You just got to. And this is why, and this is exact, and what Mr. Campbell said is the exact reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because if I did not bring this up, and if it does end up being true, you'll hear about like a $2,500 fine. And no. Can't do it. It's not about your moneymaker. It's about the integrity of the product. Your product is already halfway shitty. So why would I then allow Bamas to cheat in a bad product? Because you pushing stepped on drugs. Like literally, the football product that has been on display this year in the SWAC is coke that's been stepped on, and stepped on. For real. So by the time you get it, it's literally sugar. It ain't even what you was paying for, right? So you cannot come down on this after the season. You cannot come down on this all laissez-faire. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Is it just Pothole State that I would be saying this about? If it was FAMU, I would say the same exact thing. If it was Grambling, I would say the same exact thing. If it's Southern, I'll be saying the same exact thing. Because of the integrity of the game. You got to make it so that it's like, we're not going to mess up an opportunity because a kid is disgruntled and gave us access to another team's playbook. That's how hard you got to come down on this. Because you got to discourage the thing of this happening again. This can't be a slap on the wrist. It can't be some, we're going to fine Pothole State $2,500 and they don't do it again. Like, no, that's not how this works. You got to come down hard. You got to take the game away. You have to make it hurt. No different than the NFL taking draft picks away. You got to make it hurt. If you want to take scholarships away, take scholarships away. If you don't want to take the game away, take scholarships away, right? Like, it has to be something hard, no diddy, to discourage people from doing this again. Now, the fine could be $25,000, $50,000. Now, I wouldn't find the coach that. I'd probably find the coach like $20,000, $15,000, right? Like, but it has to be a very, very no-nonsense approach to this incident, if it is true. If it is true, right? if the investigation comes back with some type of validity, right? Now, then once again, then you got to proceed to put a policy in place. That's how you have to move forward through this, right? Like you have to put something in policy to say, hey, this is what it is, and going forward, this is what that is going to be. Because, like I said, I didn't see a original an original policy about this. The only policy that I've seen about this is a situation to where like you have so many days to give your film up to the other team, and allowing them to see your film or upload your film and have the whole transferring system in place. You know what I'm saying? So that is my thing. Well, I'm probably going to have to because I got busted in the soundtrack. So once I upload the video, I gotta cut busted out to monetize the video, right? Because they don't get monetized without it. So I gotta cut busted out. And once I cut busted out, it's gonna take away the live chat. So just give you a heads up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. A conspiracy. Once again, it's not a conspiracy I made up. See, that's why this is the problem that I get. Why are you getting mad at the messenger and not at the message? Like the message is that UAPB football players, staff members believe that y'all cheated. And there's an you don't start an investigation for are we just starting investigations for no reason? Like there's an official investigation going on at this moment, right time. Like right now, right here, right now, there's an investigation going on. So my question is my conspiracy theory conspiracy if there's there's an investigation going on. The investigation is going to let you know if it's true or not, but there's an investigation that has proceeded upon Tahoe State. Like that means they feel like there's something credible to that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think, you know what I'm saying, somebody might have stole some money from you or stole something from you, wouldn't you call the cops? Wouldn't you do an investigation? So why not UAPB? If they feel like they've been robbed, if they feel that it have been cheated upon, if you got let me once again, like these young niggas, these new YNs, they running their mouth. Like you would have got away with it too if it wasn't for them darn kids. Like you got players bragging about having your playbook. That's just this new generation. If it was me, I would have won the game and walked my ass back to the locker room. Like we know we cheated, but you don't need to know we cheated. But like, damn, y'all not even smart enough to shut up. Like that's crazy. You bragging about having another team's playbook? That's crazy. That's crazy. If it's true, again, if it is true, that's all I'm saying. If it is true, if it's not true, it ain't true. But at the end of the day, if there's a possibility, if there's an investigation, all I'm doing is relaying the information to you. That's all I'm doing. Just letting you know that there possibly could be some infidelity done by Tahoe
You are
State.
the only participant in the conference.
Now,
all participants are muted.
Would I be lying to tell you if they took away? Like, listen, man, I think the best part of this is if they are found guilty. If allegedly, let me just say that because Ben would be getting emotional. Allegedly, right? If they were allegedly found out that they had committed a crime, I would take no pleasure in that. No. I wouldn't. No. Well, why would anybody want to see the downfall of another institution? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would anybody take solace in peace and joy and happiness and good thoughts and sweet dreams of an illustrious Tahoe State University in their football program to be having a game taken away from them? Why would want that? Who would want that? Why would anybody ask for that? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be the one that I'm just keeping it a buck. Y'all can call it trolling all you want. All I'm saying is if it's true, I don't think y'all be talking too much trolling. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna just leave it at that. If y'all want to call in and talk about it, y'all can. 518-263-8124. 518-263-8124. But listen, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. And anybody, okay, let me say this because I know a lot of people be thinking like, oh, Scotty, you could have got that information from anywhere. Just trust me. Okay. Let me be very clear. I want to be very clear when I say this. And all jokes aside, I can't mess up my credibility for false information. And what I mean by that is the source of who gives it to me, right? Like the person that gave this to me, like they have always given me UAPB information. Like when Don was leaving, the person hit me up and say, hey, Don's about to leave. You know, like they're always in the know at UAPB. Now, it ain't that many people in the know at UAPB. So if y'all figure out who she is, that ain't my prerogative. Okay, like that's all I can do for you, girl. I can't protect your name too if you're the only insider at UAPB. I'm just letting you know that right now. All I am saying is this: I can't go online, right, and say da 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 without me having trust in the source that I'm getting it from. Now, as much as I would love for this to be true, if it's not true, it's just not true. But I am going to tell you that there is an investigation going on. I am going to tell you that there are people on the UABB staff that really think this happened and that they're pretty upset with if this is true. That's all I'm saying. All right, what's up, Mike?
What's up, Scott?
What's up?
So Scott. So they saying that the JSU players basically watch film, not stole signs, not recorded somebody practice, not none of that, but watch film.
That is recording somebody's practice. If you're watching, have you been on a team's huddle?
Yeah.
What do you see on a team's huddle?
God, it is okay. But JSU fans, JSU Tiger Nation, don't be fooled by this propaganda smear campaign. In the words of the great Malcolm X. Oh, and I say it again, you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. This is propaganda, y'all. Don't worry about this, y'all. Do not worry about this, y'all. This is a smear campaign to try to bring down the Tiger Nation. I'm not mad at you, Scotty, for reporting. You know what I'm saying? You not the source of the BS. So we can't get mad at you, Scotty. You just reporting
that I appreciate. Now, thank you. I respect that. Thank you so much.
Hey, Scotty, I'm not mad at you. You just reporting the news, Scotty. I respect that, Scotty. But JSU fans, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. Don't believe none of this, y'all.
Now, Mike, let me ask you this: because there is an investigation going on, don't be like Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Don't be like Tory Lanez. It didn't happen. I didn't shoot nobody. I ain't shoot nobody. He ain't never got shot, and then he locked up.
Scott, I'm not worried about this.
Okay.
They just mad. Okay. They just mad because they headsets and shit started working on Saturday.
Okay.
So they had to use regular signals. They just pissed off about that.
Okay. All right.
That's what they pissed off about, Scott. That's not our fault. Your shit raggedy.
Again,
that's not our fault.
But you're not answering the question, though, because there is an investigation. So there's something to something. Right?
Investigation and smestigation. Oh, so Scotty, if we got their plays, why the hell they couldn't stop us on offense? Why we only punted one time?
That's not the question that's being asked.
Huh?
Let me ask you this. If UAPB wins, do you think they still do an investigation?
Fuck no.
I think they do.
No, nah. If UAPB won, they wouldn't have brought this. Nobody would have brought this.
I think
nobody.
No. And the reason I tell you, the reason I tell you they would, and this is why I tell you, because I feel like they would have had to make adjustments that they wouldn't have had to make before. See, okay. No. Listen to me.
I guarantee it.
Listen to me when I'm listen. Okay, you got to understand the football world of what would transpire. If I know that you got my, like, if I'm playing you and I'm seeing some stuff that I know on film you never shown, because I want to be very clear. I want to be very, very, very clear. Most SWAC coaches are not that good to create a whole new scheme for a new week. Most coaches are not that good because they will tell you it's hard for players to grasp. They don't have enough time like in the NFL to spend time. So we just do what we do and we make adjustments here and there, tweaks here and there. My thing is this. If I'm playing, Mike, if you're the Steelers and I'm the Cowboys, right? And I'm playing you and I'm seeing some stuff and I have to make adjustments that I wouldn't normally have to make, because how do you know that? How are you? I'm in this play and you already over leveraged. Or I'm in this play and your linebacker's already in the gap that my play is going into, right?
Got it. Did you watch the game?
I watched the first half. That's all I did.
So you watched the first, you watched the first two drives.
Yeah, 30,
UAPB had, right?
Yeah. And they went up and down the field. They went up the field.
That's what I'm saying. We had to adjust to that. And we would have had their plays. They would have never been able to do that. The first two drives, Scotty.
We'll see.
We would have never been able. So explain this, Scotty.
Hey, listen.
Because, Scotty, they were cooking us that first drive.
I can't.
Offensively, they were cooking us.
All I'm saying is, if there's an investigation and it's true, you gotta eat it. You gotta eat it.
Investigation and smestigation. Bro, this is. Oh, Scott.
I don't listen. Why you calling my name like I gave UAPB? Hey, I think y'all. I didn't tell UAPB to do an investigation.
Oh my God.
That ain't on me.
Oh my God. You right, Scott. I'm not gonna get mad at you. You right, Scott. You right. You right. You right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But if it is true, I'm gonna need some Tory Lane sentencing. I'm gonna need some Tory Lane sentencing. I'm gonna need some Tory Lane sentencing. If it's true,
we not worried. This a blow over by Wednesday.
Okay. All right. That's what Tory Lane thought.
That's what the blow over by Wednesday.
That's what Tory Lane. That's what Tory Lane thought. I'm telling you that right now.
I just had to come on here and comfort my JSU fans, man. Cause listen, Paris, Hezekiah, listen, you've been took, bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray, run amok.
Listen, bro, I'm just telling you what I've been told. That's all
smear campaign, propaganda.
I'm just giving you the information that was given to me. That's it.
Sabotage.
Anything else?
That's it. That's all I got, Scott.
Listen. Listen, but nobody, my whole thing is this. If it comes out to be true, then what? That we already know if it's false what's going to happen. Okay? This is the thing I do not like about, it's the thing I don't like about. I didn't smear anybody. It's not a smear campaign. I didn't smear anybody. I specifically said on this platform, I was like, hey, listen, I'm not going at any coaches because I can't prove that any coaches knew. I can't even tell you what players knew, right? But what I will say is, if it is true, we know what would happen if it's false. My question to people is, if it's true, then what? That's the real question. What's up, Smash?
Hello?
What's up, Smash? You live? Yep.
Man, I'm with you, Doc. I mean, I hope that's not true. Like, it don't sound right, but the fact, like, I'm with you. If that shit is true, you know how bad that's gonna look. Like, you had to cheat against your APB, like, I don't know, team. Like, it'll be way much worse if it's true. I'm just hoping it's not true because I don't know, bro. Like that's a little low blow against UAPB just to get a successful homecoming. That's crazy to me. And you right, Scotty. Like it's the football. We trade film all day. You know what I'm saying? But if you line up and I just got this play 2 weeks ago. We made it up 2 weeks ago. You already lined up in them gas to stop it. Like that's crazy. It'd be interesting for swag football. Damn, y'all doing this kind of stuff in the swag level? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing I'm on, Scotty. So I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Listen, that's all I'm saying. Is like it's easy to say it didn't happen. It's easy to say that's not true, right? But if it did, okay. Another great example. How many times did we hear from FAMU that the money was real? How many times did we hear from FAMU that the money was real? Oh, we got the check in the bank. We got this. You see what all I'm saying? Listen, all I'm saying is I look like the bad guy when I'm telling you all the information and I'm just breaking it down. I'm the bad guy. But then when shit comes out and it really be true, then what? Then what? That's all I'm asking.
I'm like, they really do it. Once you say investigation, bro, we don't just do no investigation on shit we just don't think it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like we do investigations on shit that has validity to be true. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I just hope not. I just hope nobody on that staff or didn't stoop to that levels against UAPB. That's my thing too. No offense to UAPB, like our listeners, but UAPB, bro, like y'all had to do that just to like. Cause what happened? If they lost that game, they would have been second.
But think about this though, Smash. If I'm UAPB and I win the game, I would have still did the investigation because I was like, even you cheated and we still beat you. That's what I would have done. That's me. So if I would have won the game, I still would have put y'all ass on blast because I was like, y'all Bama's tried to cheat and we still whooped you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's just me.
I feel it. I just hope it's not true. You know what I'm saying? Because I know nothing going on like that at Jackson, or even in the SWAC period. But then again, I look you want to see shit. That's true. Y'all high for that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking. I just got on going, man. That may not be true.
Hey, it might not, but hey, we never know. That's all I'm doing is just reporting the information I gave. Listen, man. Listen. Can I tell y'all how stupid y'all sound? Like you, dog. You know how dumb you sound right now? Like I really want it. So your information is a text message. My dude, if your girl texts you and said I'm pregnant, is that not information over a text message? If your job told you, if somebody texts you and you said you got the job over text message, does that make it the information false? Shut the fuck up. Like, goddamn, that Jackson State education is really coming into play right now. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck, and it's really pissing me off. Like this shit right here makes absolutely no fucking sense. So your information is a text message. Do you know how much information can get passed over a text message? If your girl told you to come over and smash at 3:00 in the morning, is that false information because it's over a text message? Shut your dumb ass up. That shit's stupid. That is a dumb analogy. What? That shit is stupid. Diallo from Ohio coming to you, B.
Peace, Scotty. Everybody, woosah, take a deep breath, relax. Let me just say this. Is it a possibility that this is true? Absolutely, 1,000%. Is it a possibility it's not true? Absolutely. So you have to take the allegation serious until you're proven that it's not true, right?
Thank you.
And for the people that's saying this is bad journalistic integrity for reporting this story, whether it's true or not, true journalism is reporting both sides. You report the allegation, you report if the person that it happened to was saying that they didn't do it, and then you also do a final reporting on what the findings are. So the fact that Scotty is reporting this based off of allegations, he's doing his due diligence. If it comes out that, hey, JSU didn't do anything wrong,
then I come back on the platform and say, hey, UAPB put an investigation and Jackson State was cleared of all investigation. Like, that's it.
Exactly. And so you can't say this is poor journalism or no integrity journalism because it's something negative being alleged from your said school. And let's be clear, I'll mess with Scotty all the time and say he's been FAMU for years. Yet, no Nobody said anything when he went in on FAMU.
Thank you.
When they had issues.
Thank you.
With the money he was talking about.
Thank
Nobody
you.
said anything when he went in when he coined the phrase "Willie go Willie it up." You know what I'm saying? Nobody said anything about Scotty when he talked about the athletic director and some of the issues they had, or more importantly, when FAMU got caught with the cheating investigation when they had to sit players out against Jackson State, right, for the Orange Blossom Classic. So we can't have this bias that's so pronounced that we just make ourselves look silly. Like, take the allegations for what they are, wait and let the investigation happen and see what the findings are. And here's the thing, like I thought when I seen this, because I went to visit my parents this morning in Cincinnati, I thought this show was going to be about, because I hadn't heard about this, I thought it was going to be about the headphones not working. Because ESPN, they said neither team will have headphones for the second half because UAPB's headphones are not working, which means Jackson State can't use theirs. But when we watched the coach's call when I was riding, and the coach said it's not working in the first half. So Jackson State had an advantage
the whole first half.
Because UAPB upstairs, and then they didn't make Jackson State stop using their headphones until the second half. So I thought this was about that. So when you look at the game, in my personal opinion, I don't think this playbook stuff is true, but it could be because, like Mike said, I was yo, this boy Higgins is what Scotty and a lot of other people hyped him up to be. Because I had only saw their previous game before this. I hadn't watched none of their games except for that one. I said, this boy's the truth. Second drive, running the ball right back down. They were driving the ball right back down again. And then all of a sudden, things started to happen. So I felt like if it was going to be an investigation, I felt like the headphones was more of a hindrance to UAPB than its potential playbook. But what do I know? I'm just a little guy on the bottom of the totem pole. But, yeah, people saying there's no integrity. Y'all got to stop being immature and childish, man. You have to take these things serious until they're proven to be false. Plain and simple.
Listen, I appreciate that. And what's funny, D, is I had Ohio State fans saying Willie going Willie. Like, it had become such a phenomenon that Ohio State fans will be saying, you know, Willie going Willie. Scotty, you believe Willie going all of that. So I appreciate you, D, because when it's any other school, when I was talking about Grambling and them eating cereal for, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember those times when me and Kofi will be talking about Grambling feeding the kids cold breakfasts before football games. Nobody had no issues with that, right? When I'm reporting about FAMU situation and all the allegedness that was going on with the check, nobody had no issues with that, right? So it just kills me, man. It kills me, bro. People just get so emotional. It's just funny to me, but
like the old folks say, Scotty, if you can't dish it,
don't take it.
Don't put it out.
Yep.
Don't throw a rock in there, hide your hand. Like y'all laughed and thought that was funny. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to be able to take the darts until y'all can be proven to be innocent. And if y'all not, then it's really gonna be out here for y'all. But you know, it is what it is, man. Hey, great show. I can't wait for you and Perry because I got some stuff I want to talk about tonight with y'all.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Listen, and Nick, you preaching. If it would have got out that UAPB had stole Ohio State's playbook, oh my God. Oh my God. It would have been, Scotty, did you hear? Scotty, I would have had about 10 messages in my Instagram message, right? Man, yeah, man. You know, they got a hold of our playbook. And I mean, we still won the game, but you know, they got a hold of our playbook, and it's crazy. And I can't believe, and the SWAT need to do something about that. Man, all that dumb stuff, man. Like that's all I'm saying is just keep it a buck, right? Let's just keep it a buck. It's an investigation. I'm telling you that it's an investigation. You guys wouldn't have known otherwise until something would have came out and said yay or nay. Period. Point blank. Period. Again. Don't be a Tory Lane. That's all I'm saying. 6948 coming to you.
Hello.
Hey, caller, you live.
Oh yeah, I'm a Jackson State fan. I really don't even care about you reporting this because, like you said, it's allegations. If it's true, we just gonna have to eat it. If it ain't true, then we can use that time to come back and do our trolling to UAPB. I think a lot of people even with like Mike Reed, like I'm from Jackson. I went to Jackson State, so I understand like I guess like
the cult.
The the cult following, because like I said, you know, like you said you came in like I guess during the like later years, or like maybe like what 4 years ago.
Yeah, when Dion
So
came.
I saw like that. Yeah, so I saw the SWAC during like the McNair years. So when Alcorn went good, they won them like 4 years of McNair. They were sorry during them times. I was there like when I guess like when Southern, when we had the first SWAC championship, and it was like Southern and Jackson State. A lot of these schools don't really have fan bases. You see it with Grambling. You see they don't travel unless, you know, like they didn't even show up to our homecoming one year. So it's like, I guess I understand the cult following, and I understand that like even though like you do troll, you do give us credit sometimes when we do good.
Well, thank you.
But with these allegations, we just gonna have to eat them until they come, because if it happens, then like you said, they're gonna come down on us, and you really have to come down on us, because I feel like if you don't come down on us, then who you gonna?
Who else you gonna come down on? That's real. That's real. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I feel like, and you know, like I say to us, I feel like, you know, if you go places, Gremlin probably the biggest brand known, I guess, nationally, as far as the SWAC is concerned. But if you really think about who like the blue bloods that carry the SWAC in the last like years, it's really Southern and Jackson State, because we travel, we keep the rivalry going, even though I feel like Alcorn and Southern, like some other schools could have it. So they gonna have to prove a point with us, because if you don't prove it with us and we looked at as a top school, then there's no telling what will happen under it. And then, like you said, they're gonna have to do the policy. They're gonna have to fine us. I don't think it's true. I just don't think that UAPB was a good school, and I think we hit our stride. Like you say, you don't think we were 38 points better, but we healthy now. It's a different time in the year. And maybe early in the year, no. And I think that Gremlin game was a fluke. And so, you know, that's how it go. But like I said, I just wait till it come out. If it come out and it's true, then, you know, we still probably gonna bitch him on. That's the cult following. You still bitch him on when you're wrong. You celebrate when you're right. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fair. That's real. That's real.
It's what you do. So I mean, you know, like and like you said, but I guess I'll say to this, like how you said that we don't talk about you when you talk about the other schools. A lot of people don't really even have a chance to get, like, I just got new to the watching the podcast, and I started watching because you were trolling. I started watching because I'm like, oh, he trolling us. Let me watch what he got to say, because we really don't get too much people to talk back to us. Like, you bring up stuff about like the stadium not being full and all this stuff like that, and people really can't say nothing back to you. But to me, it's always like you said, you can't depend on people to bring their fans to fill your stadium, but also we got the largest stadium, so we just need a smaller stadium. If it was a smaller stadium, it'll defeat their problem. But also, I feel like the other schools should travel because we support them. We come fill your stadium up and bring you your help your economy, while we can't get the same.
I'm not. No, you can't be like, hey, we help you out. Why don't you help us out? Come on, man. You the one with the biggest fan base. Why we gotta help you out? Why we gotta help you out?
I'm saying, we the biggest fan base. We've been carrying it. We probably been leading the LCS in attendance for about the last like 15, 20 years.
So figure it out. So, like don't. Oh man, I mean, I really wish you guys could come and help us over here.
No, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But a lot of times when you do look at the inside of the stadium, like, fam, you pretty much getting away with stealing, being in the SWAC and not even bringing up ban channel, like games that you can't miss. Like, you shouldn't, if you're a band, you should never miss.
Okay.
Fam, you should never miss a Southern game.
Hold on. Let me stop you right. Okay, everybody in the chat, y'all need to chill out, because I really want. I heard everything you said, and y'all wild in the chat. But let me say this. It's funny that you bring that up. I was on a Twitter Spaces with some MEAC people from Bethune, right? I mean, they're SWAC people now, but they were talking about the MEAC. And they were talking about the cultural differences between the two conferences. In the MEAC, there wasn't a band battle culture in the MEAC because the distance was so crazy. Like, think about taking your band to Morgan. If you're in Florida, taking your band up to Morgan, or taking your band up to Delaware State, or so they didn't have that mindset of just like, we got to take the band, right? They don't have that mindset. So I'm not mad at Fam or Bethune, that if they continue to not have that mindset and they only go to the big games, right? Like Southern, Jackson, Grambling. Like, I don't have a problem with that. My issue is that you're trying to, and I think the Bethune people made this so relevant to me. They was like, you're trying to take the SWAC culture, which is very regional, right? Like, a lot of those are day trips. A lot of those are like 2-3 hour bus rides, maybe the max 5, right? And you're trying to put that on a MEAC culture where they weren't used to doing that. And I thought that was pretty relevant, because it's like, if you've been in the MEAC for years and you've really never, I think they said like they seen Howard's band one time. Like, Howard traveled to Bethune one time. You get what I'm saying? Like, Morgan traveled to Bethune one time.
I do agree with that about like Bethune. But when I say that about FAMU, the reason I say that is because in years past, like I said, growing up in the 90s, we used to play games against FAM. We used to play games against Howard and them, and they always brought their band, because that was the whole reason that we even knew about those schools, like the MEAC schools and their bands, because they used to come to us. So now FAMU has been to Jackson at least 3 times. In the last 3 times, they haven't brought their band either time. So it's a difference I know the fans not going to travel, but for your band not to travel in I guess what I call high-key band stakes, that's kind of different. So that's the only reason I say that. But we know Bethune, I don't even consider Bethune in it. I was really mostly talking about FAM.
I listen, at the end of the day, I think, and it goes, I think for me, honestly, when they broke it down the way they did, and, I'm not a band head at all, but I just logically, it made sense. Like, FAMU, even though they're a very prestigious band, right? Like, they're not a battle band. Like they don't have that battle band culture like they do in the SWAC, right? They just don't. And when you break it down, you guys look forward to that, right? A lot of 5th quarters, a lot of 0 quarters and stuff like that. Well, if you're coming out of an environment that don't usually do that all the time, I can't get mad at them if they don't see the significance of always bringing a band. Now, I think now that FAMU is ingratiated within the SWAC long enough, they understand that you can't miss certain games. I think they'll get hip to that, right? Because you can't miss certain games and then have one band just blasting on your team. And when you do something well, there's nothing to get back at them. So I think going forward, especially with Miss Suggs, you'll see that from FAMU. But I don't think you will ever see that from Bethune. I think Bethune just don't care, if I'm being honest. And I'm just bringing them up because they're both in Florida. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I guess that goes back to like what you were saying about the product on the field. The product on the field has been so sad this year, and even in past years, that's been sad, that the band was usually the thing that at least kept fans in the stands. So now people starting to look at like games and say, well, they not even bringing their band, and then this product on the field looked this certain way. We not coming at all, so it kind of takes money away from the game, period. And that's my thing, because all I care about really is like black college football, and seeing it continues to grow.
Yeah.
And I feel like people like you, people like Perry, some of the other people that have podcasts are actually drawing eyes to the football. And at this time, when you got all these eyes on it, this is when we should be improving, not getting worse.
That's fair. And I appreciate the call, man. Real talk. I really do. Hey, listen, man. Y'all, listen. I'll be the first one to hang up on somebody. If I feel like they drowning, I'll be the first one. If they droning on and stuff like that, I'll be the first one to hang up on somebody. Y'all know me. I love hanging up on somebody. I'll be like, all right, appreciate you, blah, blah. But he was making some solid points. Even as a Pajot State fan, he was making solid points of like, hey, if it's wrong, we gonna murmur if it's wrong. If it's right, we gonna celebrate. Like, he was making solid points. You cannot knock that, right? Same thing with the band stuff. Like, he's making solid points. Like, and even Mr. Campbell brought it up that it hindered FAMU football because they did not have their band. So that is a conversation to talk about. Even though we're talking about the cheaters, that Ohio State might be. Might, allegedly. Okay, I'll make sure I said that, allegedly, right? But just, you know, just that's a true point. And listen, I also heard, I'm not gonna be on here long because I'm probably gonna get off in a little bit, but but the call line is still open, 518-263-8124, 518-264-8124. My thing is this: the product is bad. There's no if and buts about it. The product is bad. And somebody brought it up to me, like, was Deion the reason the product started to turn around? And I think it's a bit of a yes, and I think it's a bit of a no, right? I think the product, I think you had some great coaches at that time, right? You had, I think you had, and listen, you can say whatever you want about Grambling. Grambling was talented when he was there. They made some stupid mistakes, but they were talented. But you had Alcorn with McNair, you had Willie, you had Deion and his uber talented teams. You had PV. PV was still doing their thing at that time when Deion was there. Alabama State was on the come up. Valley with Dancy was competitive. I'll never forget that game down at Valley when they were playing against FAMU and literally lost it because of a punt penalty. When the dude jumped over the player, right? Like, there were, UAPB was ass. Okay, Southern was like on the precipice of going down because they were losing the elite O-lineman, Dawson Odoms and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of good coaches. And I think what Deion made people at that time have to do was elevate your talent. That is, you had solid coaching, and then and Deion comes into place, and now you gotta elevate your talent, right? Like, he's like, oh shit, we can't get the usual Degler. We got to go get some high level talent, right? So I think that increased the competency or the level of play. But now that Deion's gone, it kind of feels like Bama's have just really kicked their feet up and said, we'll go back to the old way of what this used to be. And then you losing Willie Simmons, you lose a Hugh Jackson, Maynard is coaching travesty right now, right? You got PV looking bad. Southern is up and down. Alcorn looks atrocious, right? Like, they can't get their stuff rolling right. So it's just to me, I think that it starts with coaching for me, and then it goes talent. Because you can have a very talented team and still not be well coached and they look bad, right? So to me, I really believe the coaching in the SWAC has really gotten bad. And I'm gonna tell, and I think Mickey Joseph and what has transpired at Grambling is the cornucopia. Is like, you know how they say like ground zero, no offense to like 9/11, but like when you're talking about like a disease or like a like COVID, they're like the ground zero or the initial incubation of the disease started in China, right? Like ground zero, like the incubation of what I'm talking about is currently at Grambling. I want to be very clear about what I'm saying. He is the only individual that is outside of the SWAC. He got 2 former SWAC head coaches. Epicenter, thank you so much. Epicenter, thank you, Ryan. You always come through for me, no diddy, right? Epicenter. The Epicenter is the prime example of what you're talking about, of just bad coaching. Both of those ninjas have had head coaching jobs, and they are ass. That team looks so bad. And mind you, you have 2 former head coaches on that staff as coordinators. And let's take it even deeper than that. They're coordinators in their specialties. He didn't put Dooley as a defensive coordinator. He didn't put Jason Rollins as an offensive coordinator. He put both of them into the specialties they were called or they made their name being, and they are absolutely ass. So if you want to tell me that recycling coaches is healthy, if you want to tell me that SWAC coaching is good, go look at Grambling. Go look at Grambling and tell me that you don't need to start hiring outside of HBCU coaches and stop passing these dudes around like a blunt. It's absolutely atrocious. Dion from the SIP coming to you.
Hey, Scotty, what's up, man?
What's goody?
I don't know, brother, man. Hey, I hadn't been able to reach, man. You've been having these midday shows, and I've been working on today. But, man, I was just wondering. Okay, I saw the line, and I kind of skimmed through. So, would this be kind of, if it is to be found that did happen, as far as the whole UAPB playbook and everything, what consequences would there be? Would it kind of be like a Jim Harbaugh type deal, or how would that be? As far as
there's no. This is the crazy thing, and that's the only reason I'm being honest. The only reason that I brought this up because there is no policy behind it, right? So, you could literally, the SWAT could literally just say, "Hey, pay $1,000 fine," and that's it. You get what I'm saying? And that to me is that to me is wrong. That to me is wrong. Like, this is an egregious act. No matter who would have won the game, it's still an egregious act. I think the former caller made a great point. If you don't come hard, no Diddy. If you don't punish, I'm sorry. If you don't punish,
Diddy got everybody fucked up.
Dog, if you don't punish the top program in your conference for stealing something from another opponent, just because they're the big dogs, they shouldn't get a punt. Like, that is a bad reasoning, and that's a bad excuse, right? Like, that just is what it is. And I'm not, like, at the end of the day, if they give them the win or whatever, I don't care what it is. But if this is true, the punishment has to be extensive. It just has to, because you got to negate somebody ever thinking about doing this ever again. To where if a player goes to a coach and says, "Hey, coach, man, my homeboy hooked me up with the access," and he be like, "Hey, man, we ain't fucking with that. Hey, we are not messing with that because the last school got da 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 da, and we not touching it." Okay,
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you got to do it like that.
Yeah.
You can't have it to where it's like, we could probably get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, 1,500, 2,000. It wouldn't. All right, whatever.
That's
You see what I'm saying?
That's, and and I'm a JSU fan, so I mean, but this is my whole thing is if and I know I'm gonna get some backlash from this. If I gotta cheat you to beat you, that means you were scared in the first place.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because I mean, I coach travel softball. And it has been incidents where we found like play cards where you calling out pitches or calling out what you're doing on offense or whatever, and you have found that, and it'd be, "Oh man, I found this over there. Is this yours?" I could have been like, "No, I'm finna play the next coach." I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna tip y'all off. It's a fastball. They gonna call it out. I'm da 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 da." But it's just like, my thing is, like you said, man. I think it should be if it comes out to be true, yeah, I think I ain't gonna say heads need to roll, but people need to know, like, damn, they mean business with about that. And like I said, and I am a JSU fan. I believe if you got to cheat a person to beat a person, you were scared in the first place. That's just the way I was raised or whatever. But like I said, man, hey, man, appreciate you doing what you're doing, brother, man. Hey, your birthday was yesterday, man. Reached out to you, told you happy birthday. Mine the 25th, so maybe one day. I don't know about now, because they probably ain't gonna allow your ass back to Jackson. This shit right here.
If it's true, oh my God. Woo!
Yeah, if it's true, you're gonna be on every fucking wanted poster in Jackson. You're gonna be, hey, you know how Osama bin Laden was when he was America's number. You're gonna be Jackson State's #1 most wanted person, and they're gonna be like, if you see this ninja, get this ninja on site.
Hey, listen. Hey, I believe it. I believe it. If it's true, oh yeah, I believe it. Oh, I absolutely believe it.
If it's true, I'm gonna have to be like, hey, bro, if you ever come through Mississippi, man, don't go down south. Stay stay in North Mississippi, because you go down around Jackson stuff, man, you might. It might be some trouble.
Hey, my face might be on the exit sign while you playing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Oh yeah, if you know how you know, I know you probably heard of Sundown Town.
Yeah.
Jackson will be a sundown town for you, buddy.
Gotta get out.
You going down Jackson, you want to?
It's okay. It's okay.
Right? I gotta say it, man. I know I'm gonna get some kickback from it. Hey, Jackson State, by 38. Have a good one, bro.
Hey, listen, real talk though. Real talk. It's okay. Because if I ever should step my foot back in Jackson, I don't think it'll be anytime soon. But if I ever should step foot in Jackson, all I gotta do is head up to Madison. That's where Jackson people stop at. It's like Mexico and USA. Like all I gotta do is get my hotel in Madison, go to the game, dip, go to Madison. It's like ant repellent. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta do. I'm just kicking in Madison. You know what I'm saying? 85-82 coming to you.
Scotty, happy birthday, my brother.
Hey, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You know, you were talking about the recycling of the coaches, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people forget that most, not all, but most of the legendary coaches in HBCU history were not graduates of those institutions. And I think a lot of people need to go back and look. You'll see that most of these guys came from somewhere in the Midwest and then came down because they couldn't get coaching jobs at PWI. So they came down and coached at HBCUs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people forget that. And, you know, when you talk about repeating a good habit, I think it's a habit that goes missed too many times, is that you can find coaches outside of HBCU that are for HBCU.
That's fair.
So, you know, I think a lot of people forget that. But that's all. That's my 2 cents.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, Bobby, as always, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get up out of here. I think this next coaching cycle, this next coaching hiring cycle, because it's going to be, I think PV's going to let Bubba go, A&M, whenever they decide to let him go. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Robinson, depending on how this season ends out, if it ends out well for him, I think he'll get extension. If it doesn't, then he will be gone. So that means A&M, Alabama State, Prairie View, and yeah, I think that's where you're at with that. I think those three hires got to be huge. Realistically, they got to be really good hires to bring the SWAC back to just being competitive, like really just being a competitive conference and stepping away from just recycling the same old trash ass coaches. Like, for real, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, you gotta step out of that that mentality of I gotta get an HBCU guy. Right now, if a good coach is good, okay, then go get him. You know, if Teddy Keaton has won everywhere he's gone, okay, he could be your Urban Meyer for HBCU, right? Because same thing with Urban Meyer. Everywhere Urban Meyer went, he won, right? So I don't have a problem with you getting a Teddy Keaton because he's shown consistency wherever he's been, and the way he's turned around Clark Atlanta, they might be in the SIAC championship 1 year after going winless. That is like, how is he not? He should be on everybody's short list. Literally, he took a winless team and has literally got them in contention for the SIAC championship. That is crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy to me. And that's like, those are the type of coaches that you go find and go be a part of. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody gave me a suggestion of Will Hall that just got fired from Southern Miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I think there needs to be a little bit more diversity in the color and the SWAC? I do. I wholeheartedly believe that, right? So Will Hall did a great job at West Alabama. Will Hall did a great job, I think they said, at West Florida or whatever Florida school he was at. Like, he's won D2 national championships or whatever. So, you know, it didn't work at Southern Miss, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the coach at Johnson C. Smith, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's where you want to go, that's fine as well, right? Like, you got to go get some guys that have been winning. Go listen. And I'm sorry. Stop just looking at black people. Stop just looking at black people. Go get you a winner, because I'm going to tell you one thing. If your white coach starts winning, he's always invited to the cookout. Doesn't matter how it starts. If that white man come into your conference, first of all, let me tell you this. It's a win-win situation. Let me tell you why it's a win-win situation. Stay with me. Mr. Sergeant, I'm going to get to you, right? Let me tell you why it's a win-win situation. If the white man comes into the conference and starts whooping ass and taking names, makes the conference look good, he's winning, makes it all fun. If the white man comes to the conference and gets his ass whooped, everybody making jokes about you hiring a white man. It's a win-win. It's a win-win situation. You get the white man, he come in, he win, he Jay Hobson's cousin. He come in, they lose, everybody clowning you because you got a white head coach. It's a win-win. It's a win-win for everybody. All right, Mr. Sergeant, coming to you.
Brother Scotty, how are you, sir?
I'm going well, Mr. Sergeant. How you doing?
All right. Fantastic. Listen, a great bit of reporting here. I have to give you props on that. But before I say what I'm going to say, happy birthday. Welcome to 35. You are plus 10 years older than the average lifespan of most brothers.
That's fair.
All right. So let me say some things with JSU. First of all, your previous caller, he hit it right on the head. If you have to cheat him, then it means you're afraid of them. If you have to cheat and beat him, it means you're afraid of them. And I think that's just excellent. But the other thing is the repercussions from cheating on the back end. JSU still has 3 more games, and it would be a level of horror if they would lose the next game to Valley, right? As a result of this cheating. It always comes back. And if it doesn't come back in real time, like, a week later, it comes back next year when you really don't want it to happen. So the last thing is I wanted to add one more name to your list. Like you said, we'll probably lose Maynard. We'll probably lose the coach. The coach at Prairie View, as well as maybe the coach at Alabama State. Do you think we need to switch out the coach at Valley? Because I'm just not. They were close last week, but I'm just not feeling that Valley's getting the bang for the buck. So that's the question. And then the other thing is, listen, we can't be like white schools, because your last point before you picked up was whether or not we should bring in a white guy to be a head football coach. We can't be like white schools. We can't be locking people out. We can't be saying no. We can't be saying you the wrong color, wrong gender. We can't do any of that stuff, right? I'm still a little upset that Simone hasn't issued an apology to Florida A&M for saying that we don't like women in leadership. We just like the right women in leadership. Right? I'm still a little upset about that. But we can't be like white schools and not allowing white men to be our head coaches. So I hope that's not the problem throughout the SWAC or anywhere in HBCU space. We got to get the best person for the job, and that'll be that, man. Hey, with that, I'll let you go, brother. Thanks for all you do. Great show.
Hey, appreciate it, Mr. Sergeant. I want to listen. His first point was letting go of Kendrick Wade and getting who. Now, I'll tell you this. If I could find, and y'all might not agree, if I could find a white man to go in the Valley and turn that around, I damn sure would. I damn sure would. And listen, I hate the philosophy of we got to find a black man to be a head coach at an HBCU, right? I really hate that. And it's not because I know that the coaching opportunities are limited for black head coaches, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you, man. Like, I've talked to a lot of coaches, and they say, Scotty, the real reason why a lot of coaches don't want to come to HBCU is because they feel they'll get stuck. Like, black coaches do not want to leave coordinator positions or running back positions to go to HBCUs because they feel that they will get stuck. And there's not a lot of coaches that are coaching well enough that could get out of that mindset of being stuck. There's right now, Trey Oliver and Chennis Berry are the only 2 guys right now that I think are coaching their way out of HBCU football just because of the level of success they've had against white institutions, right? Because the only way you're going to get a white AD to recognize what you accomplished is having a crazy winning percentage and beating white schools you're not supposed to win, right? So there's a lot of coaches that do not want to come into HBCU spaces because they feel they're going to get stuck. So you got to start finding guys that really want the opportunity, that either have been winning at former locations like the Johnson C. Smiths and the Teddy Keatons of the world, and they want the opportunity to do it at a D1, or you go outside your race and find guys that feel like they can come in, do really well, and leave, right? Because they white. That's just what happens with white guys, right? You find a good white coordinator, you give him the head coaching job, he comes in like a Jay Hobson, turns you around, dusts you off, he leaves, and you kind of keep that success rolling. Maybe hire somebody off of his staff. You know what I'm saying? Elevate a guy off the staff, right? To keep that process rolling. So I'm not saying every white coach is bad. I'm not saying every black coach is bad. All I'm saying is you gotta give the opportunity to whoever you feel best can to turn around your program. It should not be a color thing. It should be a winning thing, because clearly these PWIs feel that, like, if you looked at Shane Beamer, right? He had his viral video going with him singing Fantasia in the locker room with his players. Everybody in that Joker is black. It is a white man leading black young men on the football field. So explain to me why they cannot do that at an HBCU campus. I do not understand. But hey, to each his own. Joe, coming to you.
What's going on, Scott? I think the only thing that's gonna help Valley, they gotta go to GSU effect and get somebody celebrity hired. I don't think nobody can really go. I don't even think a white man can go down there and turn Valley around. Got to be a celebrity hire, but maybe a white man. Do you think Mickey gonna go down? Gonna let his coaches take him down? Like let the two coordinators take him down?
I right now I have not heard this, nor have I confirmed it. But if I was a betting man, 70% of me tells me he leaves next year, because I don't see the benefit of him staying unless he completely changes the staff. Like, I'm talking about a complete overhaul of the staff. I don't see him staying. Realistically, I don't see him staying.
I think he should go to the TC effect. TC got a bunch of, I don't think nobody on this coaching staff over 40 years old. He got a bunch of coaches on there that came from good programs that was GAs and worked their way up. And I think he should go that way. I think he got a big enough pool where he can go around and get a whole bunch of GAs that's been up under good coaching and come there and work their way up. What you think about that?
I don't have a problem with that, but what I've been told is just that, the resources at Grambling aren't plentiful, right? So he's doing a lot with a little. And what I have heard is that the pay isn't really good. So it's hard to get, people, because once again, people feel like they're going to get stuck. That's the issue, right? It's like, okay, I can leave this white job and come kick it with you, but my salary is capped. You all know that the salary is capped. I ain't gonna make too much money, and then when I decide to leave, I'm probably gonna have to start back over at the PWI school. So is it really worth it?
So basically, they should just kept you.
Man, don't even get me started on that. That's a whole nother topic.
All right, man. I'm gone.
Appreciate it, Joe. Dion, coming back to you.
I forgot to say this. Hey, make sure we keep this quiet now. Hey, Andrew, you know they didn't do you right at Alabama.
Bye. Not entertaining it. Not entertaining it. I tell you right now, if Andrew went to Jackson State, I wouldn't scream Andrew body not one more time. Not once. I would protest the yelling of Andrew, but I'm not entertaining that. I am not entertaining that. I would we're not entertaining that at all. I try not to get involved in stuff like that. I really don't. I just get my little 2 cents and I'll be out. I would not entertain that at all. Not even the least bit. Not even in the least bit. We're not entertaining that at all. Bye. I told y'all I like to hang up on people. Man, I'm just trying to. He said, I'm just trying to get the playbook. I don't listen. I don't think you want that Alabama State playbook. All right. Listen. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That would be crazy. I just want the playbooks. Boy, y'all stupid. Yeah, y'all. That's fun. That would be something. That would be epic, though. I'm not gonna hold you. That would be epic. I would literally like to see that, and then I would walk away forever. I would probably go for homecoming just to see it. Just to see all them people say Andrew buddy, and then just walk away forever, and then just turn my back. Go crazy with losing a white. Why don't they go crazy with a losing black coach? Losing doesn't have a color to it, man. If you suck, you suck. It shouldn't matter if you're black or white. Like I feel like the Michael Jackson song, black or white. Don't matter if you're black. Oh, it don't. Losing is losing no matter who's losing. W's don't have no color and L's don't have no color. Just like bullets don't have no color, right? Money don't got no color. So it just don't, it does that logic just doesn't make sense to me. That, oh man, they'll really get mad if we losing with a white guy. So why aren't you losing with why is it? So if you're winning with a white guy, do they go crazier because you're winning with a white guy? I mean, just make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. Trust losing is losing and winning is winning. Hell, Summer Jackson got mad with a winning coach. See, that's fair. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But hey, listen, that is my time. I broke it down to you of the possibilities of Ohio State being cheaters. That is the information. I guess we'll see what the investigation leads to. Yes, we shall. All right, tonight, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Outspoken, me, Perry, here live. Make sure you tune back in. All right, listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.